Damn, cat's out of the bag and locked in my room. Insane. Might as well just switch scenes then. Let's just switch scenes. Hi. I've done it. I've done it. It's been done. And it's not that bad for a first try. Oh Jesus. I don't know why I did that. I'm real. I have become real. I've made myself real. I've learned how to. Sorry, that just peaked. I've learned how to work in live TV. Also, it's really windy outside my house right now, so if you hear that, sorry. It's really windy out there. God, audio balancing is a mess as always. My cat really wants out of my room, but I don't want to have the door open because I don't want to bother my roommate. I am kind of tweaking. You're right. I'm a little bit tweaking. But it's okay. What's life without a little tweaking? I need to like I'll redo it eventually. Like eventually it will I'll redo the model and like fix the issues that I've realized I've made while working on it. But for now this is fine. For now this is better than I thought I could do, honestly. It's not even that great, but it's better than I thought I could do. Sorry, my computer is not positioned correctly with my art tablet. Let me see if I can fix that without breaking stuff. 1 second. It might break my model a little bit. It's fine. Oh, oh, oh. You're okay. You're okay. Art tablet board that hates me. Oh, yeah. There's the broken thing. There's the thing that breaks. There's the thing that breaks a little bit. You know, it wouldn't be a me attempting to do anything stream without just a little bit of scuff. It comes with the territory. Well, we loved just a little bit of scuff as a treat. As a treat. Yummy scuff. Let me eat the scuff. Om nom nom. It satiates me. Don't mind the noises of me moving my art tablet. Its cord is just a little bit broken, which means that it doesn't like me very much. That's all that means. Anyway, rehash of my first stream, but hopefully a lot less laggy. After I re-get this working, because I had it set up and now it's not set up because I realized something was wrong. I'm gonna stop that. Come on, I'm busy. Come on, I don't have time for this. Oh my god. But I'm gonna do a bit of a rehash of my original Scuffed as Hell debut. The one the one that was really scuffed. This is not nearly as scuffed as that one was. Uh, unless I guess my art program starts lagging horrendously like it did in that one. But I'm gonna do a rehash of that a little bit. We're going to do a Draw My Life. But it's you know, introduction. Draw My Life introduction. Do. Can my webcam? I guess my webcam's picking me up fine. Absolutely not as bad. My actual very first debut stream, terrible, horrendous. That's not plugged in properly. Whoop. There we go. Still not plugged in properly. Hold on. Let me fix this. You see, I was trying to get this all done before I started stream. I even had I figured out how to get my starting soon screen up while I'm working in the background finally. And the thing about that is, there we go, that's fixed. The thing about that is, I forgot to press start stream, so I was broadcasting. I just wasn't actually streaming. Because there's two different buttons for that in OBS. Which is fun. Which is a fun thing that exists. Okay, there we go. Boom, I'm not letting you outside of my room. You're going to want to come back in immediately. That's just how you are, I'm sorry. Anyway, we're gonna do a Draw My Life. And I think a few things have changed since the last time I've done this, so maybe it might be a different story. You don't know. Puma, fine. Jesus, get locked outside of my room. There's nothing you do out there. You don't like it out there. You never leave my room unless I have the door closed. Anyway, let's start with me making myself talk while concentrating on drawing, shall we? So, started out as, well, a Periton, which I still am, to be fair. To be fair, I still am a Periton. I just have done a few things since then. Started out as a Periton in the mountains. Art time! Me learning how to talk while drawing. Yippee! Started out as a Periton in the mountains. With a flock? Herd? I don't actually know what a group of us are called, which is distressing now that I think about it, but you know. It's whatever. There was a group of us up in the mountains. And usually Peritons are more of a solo creature. Despite being a combination of a deer and a bird, which both very commonly are part of a group. But the thing about that is, contrary to what you see in things like D&D, for example, we can be a combination of any deer and any bird. And, you know, why am I pink? It's probably just because I'm a mythical creature, honestly, but I don't know what type of deer I am, I'm gonna be honest. I do know that I'm a raven. I know that that's what the bird part of me is. So we kind of just go about our lives. It's kind of like Wolfpack rules. Like, if you do have a group of Peritons, they tend to be very much a family system, and then the older ones will start leaving the herd flock, or the hawk, and will start going out on their own to do Whatever. Sometimes kill humans, honestly. That's the one that we're most known for, as far as like known lore goes. I haven't done that. Me personally, I still have a human shadow. Um, Actually, that's very important that I still have a human shadow. I don't think I could do this without a human shadow. Am I an alpha? No. I don't have a herd. I'm still out on my own. I haven't remade a herd yet. It's very different than like old old wolf dynamics. It's new wolf dynamics. Are you just gonna scratch at the door and then stand there? Girl. Sorry. This cat is doing shit. Um I don't know why VTube Studios only decides it wants to tweak out on me a little bit. It's okay. um yes, you're very cute and I love petting you, but I'm busy right now. Uh, well, I guess you would kind of be the herd. That does make sense that you'd be kind of like the herd. I guess that's what I could call my viewers if I wanted to, because I haven't actually thought of a name. Really? I feel like I don't have enough concurrent viewers to really think of a name yet, which is fine. That's okay. I'll get there, but I don't know. Future things. Future things. Um, and okay, so then when we get old enough, and this is true of most paradins, male or female, unless they specifically decide not to do that, they leave their herd, and or if they're like unfit to do that, I guess. We didn't have anyone who was unfit to do that in my grouping when I was still part of that herd. Which I guess I still am technically part of that herd. Like, they'd welcome me back if I wanted to, but like... And I can like visit from time to time, but you know. Anyway, the herd, the people old enough to leave the herd will go leave the herd. And typically they'll go find their own territory and hunt humans or whatever they end up deciding to do. Hunt humans, save animals. I've heard a lot of the older Paratons talk about really enjoying the taste of human hearts, which is funky to me. Apparently that's supposed to be how we reproduce. I don't know. I've never really taken an interest in that stuff. um, so we leave. I left. I left to go on my own when I was younger. And while I was on my own, I discovered the city, which honestly was horrendous. And that's crazy for me to say, considering it gave me almost all of the experiences I'm having now. So I discovered the city not long after leaving the herd. And the thing about the city is that it's full of humans. And I didn't really know what to do with humans. There were too many of them. They were very loud. Not that we're not loud, but like, different type of loud. They have all these machines. And above all, they look at me funny. They go, "What the hell is that? Why is the deer pink and why can't it fly?" And then they, kind of... Well, the thing about being looked at funny is you kind of end up adapting. And a thing about Puritans that's not super commonly known, and one of the main things that is known about us actually is that until you kill a human, you have a human shadow. And the thing that I discovered. Oh, why did I do that? The thing that I discovered, and maybe others before me discovered, is that you can use that shadow in spells. Basically, you can manipulate that shadow to some extent. I don't know how the whole killing a human to change your shadow thing works with this. It might be some kind of like you either reproduce or you have shadow magic type thing, which would be funny as hell. I'm honestly too scared to try, and also I don't really want to kill humans. I kind of like humans actually, which is funky because they're humans, and I shouldn't like them as much as I do. Because they're messing things up, but you know. um, so, the thing about having a human shadow and being able to manipulate it a little is that if you do it right, you might just be able to do something a little funky. Just a little funky. Like fuse with it. You might just be able to fuse. That's a bad star. That was a horrible star that I just drew. There we go. You might be able to fuse with them. And the thing is, now, after fusing with my shadow, I can take this form. This form that you see before you right now. I forgot to draw my bow in the last one. That's fine. It's not a bow, it's a flower. I don't know why I said bow. Hair accessory. I keep drawing that on the wrong side. There we go. And so you fuse with your shadow if you so wish, and if you have the capacity to do so, and suddenly you're human and you get to experience the city. I got to experience the city. At first people were looking at me weird and I had these big flashy lights, but eventually I figured out that that's because humans wear these things on their bodies and I was not. I did figure it out. I figured it out and I bought stuff. Yeah, I bought stuff. You know, it's fine. And after that, sorry, I'm not very good at telling stories. After that, I specifically started being able to fully investigate the city and meet people. And I figured out that I wasn't actually that great at meeting people, even as a human, which was annoying actually. And the thing about the city, I've realized, is that just because I'm passing as human, if I do it right, doesn't mean that I am going to feel like I belong there. In fact, I was starting to miss the herd and home and everything like that. And also, taking a full human form is a lot more exhausting than actually just letting myself sit in my shadow. Because you can. When one lets themselves sit in their shadow, they take a form closer to what I currently have, and not a full human form. And. Or, well, it takes more magic, basically, is the correct way to explain that. It takes more magic to fully hide all the features. And I like being human. I think it's fun. I think it's more presentable to people. It makes it so I'm able to talk without freaking people out. I don't quite like when I'm using so much energy to completely hide myself and going, hello, I am a fellow human. I don't feel like drawing an actual body. This guy's gonna be a stick figure. But, so anyway, that resulted in me flying away. I left. And I decided that I didn't want to, I decided that I didn't want to come back, really. However, I still wanted to help people and the nature and whatever. Having been on both sides of it, both as a creature and as a pseudo-human, I kind of wanted to figure out how to bridge the gap between them a little. And I still am not quite sure how to do that. So for now, it's kind of like guided forest tours. I'm kind of like a park ranger, actually. But like a secret park ranger. They can't know it's me. Or they can, I just have to pretend I'm not a Puritan when I do. And that's kind of annoying. So I try to keep that I'm helping hidden as much as possible. So now I just kind of live in a tree in the mountains. Usually in this form, but not always. Practicing shadow magic, and occasionally I do some fun romping, or escort a lost human out of the woods, or patrols while flying, that kind of stuff. Making friends with wildlife. So yeah, now I'm here. And the thing about being here is that I look and suddenly I go, huh, there are a thing called VTubers, which is very cool. And the thing about VTubers, most of them are real and they're just pretending to be fake. That way, you don't get revealed as not a human and everyone just kind of looks at you and goes, yeah, that's normal. That's just how that is. They're pretending to be a mythical creature or an anime girl. Well, I guess anime girls aren't real because it's quite literally a cartoon, but they're pretending to be a mythical creature by disguising themselves as an anime girl. But in reality, from my experience, most of them are actually just like that. And they use it as an excuse to not try to pretend to be a human or to, like, be ridiculed against. Which I guess you still get a little bit of ridiculing in VTubing, but it's a lot less, what are you based, you know? um, so that's who I am. That's Rose Raven the Periton. And that's the important stuff. And I don't really know what I'm going to stream or who I'm going to stream with, but I do hope that people will enjoy it when it does happen, which won't be, I haven't worked out a complete schedule yet, but that's okay. I'll figure that one out later. I'll post it on social medias after, which I'll put in the description at some point. Maybe not this description. I'll put it in the description of my other streams. But I'll post schedules on social media. I'll post it on the YouTube community page, which is probably where most of you will end up seeing that. Sorry, I saw this really good drawing of someone combining ADHD, autism, and fucking anxiety creatures, and it just turned into a deer. And I now heavily associate myself with that. So that's what I'm going to leave you with. I'm going to leave you with this fun drawing of the anxiety deer. Hey, hi, it's me, the anxiety deer. I can't wave, I don't have hand tracking. That's what I'm gonna leave you with. Thank you. Thank you for showing up and maybe being here. Maybe in the future. Maybe now.